We have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the San Francisco 49ers. This could be a Super Bowl preview right here. This is your Week 16, 2023 prediction and preview video. Hit subscribe button if you're new. Also, hit that like button. Let's start off with the San Francisco 49ers because they are the home team. Last week was a great week. They beat the Arizona Cardinals 45-29. Brock Purdy continues to be the MVP favorite. He was 16-25 for 242 passing yards and yet again had 4 passing touchdowns in this game. And Christian McCaffrey continues to be the best running back in football. 18 carries with 115 rushing yards and 1 touchdown. Not only did he lead this team in rushing last week, he also led them in receiving with 72 receiving yards and 2 receiving touchdowns. In this game against the Baltimore Ravens, use motion to run that football as much as possible with Christian McCaffrey and put Deebo Samuel in the backfield as much as possible as well. It's about matchups against the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens have one of the best defenses in the NFL, and you do not want them to be able to just sit back there and tee off on Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is a very good quarterback, but he's at his best when the run game can get going and we can space things out and when the field is not condensed. The Baltimore Ravens love to play aggressive, and they like to get aggressive up front. That's why it's going to be on the offensive line to play better in this game. The offensive line, when Trent Williams is there at the left tackle position, is all world. But when he isn't there, they have a lot of struggles. And he is healthy for this game. So expect for them to blitz a lot and to put a lot of guys on the island. Utilize Christian McCaffrey as much as possible. Use motion to get that run game going and take care of the football. Brock Purdy has done an awesome job of that in the last couple of weeks, and he's been amazing ever since Deebo Samuel and Trent Williams has come back as well. They have to score fast in this game and make Lamar Jackson be on his toes in this game as much as possible. But the offense just take care of the football, run the offense through Christian McCaffrey, and everything else will open up for George Kittle and weapons like Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk as well. And also feed Brandon Ayuk early as possible in this game. It may be hard to do that, but if you use motion and they use play action, he will get a lot of looks and get a lot of one-on-one opportunities in this game as well. As far as the defense for the San Francisco 49ers, they have been very good this season ever since Steve Wilks decided to step down from the booth. They forced Kyler Murray to throw 2 interceptions last week, and he also got sacked 3 times. You want to keep Lamar Jackson in the pocket, not because he isn't a pure pocket passer and he just can't pass in the pocket. I'm not saying that. You want to keep him in the pocket because a lot of his success is coming outside the pocket. Look at the throws he was making last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars. You want to keep him inside the pocket, and you want to get pressure up the middle of the field and move Nick Bosa around this defensive line as well with Chase Young. I expect for Chase Young to have a big game in this game. He's going to be one of those guys that can stand up, put his hand in the dirt, and do it all for you at the defensive end position. He's going to put a lot of pressure on Lamar Jackson, but make sure that you keep him inside the pocket and make those guys beat you on the outside with the traditional routes. Lamar Jackson is at his best when he's able to run around and when the plays break down. And the secondary of the San Francisco 49ers has been very solid this season. Travarius Ward has been a very good corner with this team. Jair Brown has subbed in very well at the strong safety position ever since their starting safety went down a couple weeks ago. And I also look at the best linebacking duo in the NFL in Fred Warner and Drake Greenlaw to go out there and stop the run game. So the keys to victory for the San Francisco 49ers: run the offense through Christian McCaffrey, get one-on-one opportunities with George Kittle and Brandon Ayuk, and defensively keep Lamar Jackson inside the pocket and do not let him run around and make those backyard plays because he's one of the best quarterbacks at making those plays. Now let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens. Last week was a very interesting week for this team. They beat the Jacksonville Jaguars in convincing fashion 23-7, but the stat sheet doesn't say that. Lamar Jackson was 14-24 for 171 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He did get sacked 3 times, but he was making some amazing throws last week, especially to throw deep down the field to Isaiah Likely to where he threw it in double coverage, and Isaiah Likely came out of nowhere and just mossed both of the guys. Isaiah Likely had 5 catches for 70 yards and 1 touchdown, and Lamar Jackson had 97 rushing yards last week, but they will not have Keaton Mitchell in this game. Unfortunately, he suffered a major knee injury last week, and I send my prayers to him and hope that everything is okay with him moving forward. They're already dealing with a lot of injuries with this team. They don't have Mark Andrews. He got hurt a couple weeks ago on a Thursday night football game, and their defense has been dealing with injuries as well. I'm looking at it from this standpoint. Can Lamar Jackson take care of the football, and can he do enough to get the ball to guys like Zay Flowers, Rashard Bateman, and Odell Beckham Jr. and Isaiah Likely? Because Mark Andrews was a huge piece of this offense, and Isaiah Likely has broken out since Mark Andrews has went down, but he's a different type of tight end than Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews was so key in run blocking with this team. Isaiah Likely isn't a horrible run blocker, but he's not as good as Mark Andrews. You want to go out there, do the 2 tight end sets if you need to, but you definitely want to get your wide receivers going early in this game. Zay Flowers have had a lot of good moments with this team, and so has Odell Beckham. Like I mentioned before, just because Lamar Jackson is inside the pocket doesn't mean that he's just a terrible quarterback, because he can make some plays. Look what happened a couple weeks ago when they went against the Los Angeles Rams. He delivered a bomb to Odell Beckham Jr., but you still want to get Lamar Jackson on the run, try to get some broken plays in the backfield, and hopefully some things can go right for Lamar Jackson when he throws the ball up to those guys and Zay Flowers and Odell Beckham if the play does break down, because that is when Lamar Jackson is at his best. But it comes down to this offensive line. Can they overpower the San Francisco 49ers and run the football to help out Lamar Jackson? But you definitely want to take care of the football in this game against the San Francisco 49ers. As far as the defense for the Baltimore Ravens, one of the best defenses in the league. Justin at the defensive end position is phenomenal. The best pass rusher on this team. He has 12 sacks on the season and 2 forced fumbles. And you look at Jadeveon Clowney, he has been very good as well. This is a career resurgence for this guy. 7.5 sacks and 1 forced fumble. We all know that Jadeveon Clowney is amazing at stopping the run, but he hasn't been that consistent pass rusher throughout his career. With this team, he has been that. The job that the defensive coordinator is doing right now is phenomenal, but it's going to be a tough task to go out there and try to contain the offense of the San Francisco 49ers. You want to put a lot of pressure on Brock Purdy and take Christian McCaffrey away. I would not blitz as much in this game because Brock Purdy is amazing against the blitz. You want to phase out Christian McCaffrey first and put a lot of tight coverage on Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. And then you can see how the game flows with George Kittle. Expect for it to be a lot of in-game adjustments from Kyle Shanahan, Coach Harbaugh, and from both the defensive coordinators of the San Francisco 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens. This is going to be an ultimate showdown. And another thing that I want to talk about before I let you guys go is going to come down to Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen. Can they slow down Christian McCaffrey in that run game of the San Francisco 49ers that may feature Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey? And Kyle Hamilton is one of the best safeties in the NFL as well. Look for him to be in one-on-one matchups here and there with guys like George Kittle and also with Christian McCaffrey in the backfield. He's been a Swiss Army knife with this team. He's played some safety and some down linebacker as well. And then you have Brandon Stephens at the cornerback position, who's been amazing as well. This is going to be a star-studded matchup, but I do have the San Francisco 49ers winning this game 24-20. But let me know in the comment section below, who do you have winning this game? The San Francisco 49ers or the Baltimore Ravens? If you're new to the channel, baby, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.